Hello everyone, I'm Huskerman. Are you tired of having to grind for hours and hours on end for every resource you need for your next Minecraft project? Like chopping down trees or mining for stone without a beacon? Well, I am. So, today I'll be getting out of early game Minecraft as quick as possible, here on Arcadia. So, what do I mean by early game Minecraft? Well, in the case of this video, it's when you still have basic gear, you don't have villagers training you things, you need to gather crops and wood manually and gather building blocks without using haste, or mining for iron because you always run out of it. Basically, when everything you need requires you to grind for it. That's what I want to change today. Now, how do I want to reach this goal, you may ask? Well, first off, we're gonna need some farms. Now, I already have a mob farm, hoglin farm, and a glow squid farm, so those are already crossed off the list. But the farms I need, and I will be building today, are an iron farm, universal tree farm, bamboo farm, sugarcane farm, nano farm for crops, and a cow farm so I can get more leather and steak for my shop. Along with that, I'll also be building a furnace array that is powered by chest boats, get a beacon, and last but not least, enchant my gear and upgrade it to Netherite. So, let's get started. Step 1, Iron Farm. This is by far one of the most essential farms you can have in Minecraft, so that's why I decided to build it first here. Now, this is a super simple design by another Arcadian named Squishy. Links to the tutorials will be in the description box down below. Same for the others here. This is just super easy to build. It's easy to put the villagers in. I just used minecarts here. So let's check out the loot we got from this thing. All right, let's check out this thing. Oh, we got an iron golem here. Look at that. It's definitely working. And I haven't really AFK'd for super long right now, but yeah, this thing is working well. I haven't had any iron golems spawn outside here, which is because we have the villagers down at the level they're at down there, which makes sure the iron golems can only spawn in here. Now, make sure you have flat ground or ground above this. If you have anything below, the iron golems can't spawn on that part of the rates of this farm is like most your starter iron farms, between 250 to 300 iron per hour, or 280 to 300 items per hour. Now let's move on to step number 2, universal tree farm. Now, in order to build this thing, I had to get a lot of resources. This is probably the most advanced farm redstone wise here in this video, and I had to craft up a bunch of stuff for it, but this farm is gonna be awesome. So this is a farm made by the YouTuber named Gecko. He adapted Il Mango's design to work with acacia wood as well. And the main reason I wanted to build this farm is to get building blocks and to get more charcoal for my furnace array that I'm gonna be building. This thing is just gonna be amazing. I can't wait to be using this a ton, and I probably will. I'll never run out of logs now. Wonderful. Now, this farm works by crushing the leaves and moving the logs over to a TNT duper, where they then are explodified, and we pick up the drops with the hoppers here, and they then get sorted with item filters into their assigned slots. Alright, there we go. So here's the tree farm. So we got this little spot in here where we just stand and hold down right click, where we can AFK for the farm. We have a chest over here where we put all the bone meal we're gonna need for this farm, because this farm does use a lot of bone meal. And down here, all of the different saplings get sorted with these item filters over here. Once again, just normal item filters, and they get sorted into different chests here for all the wood type. I also added a charcoal mode here for the acacia wood, because the acacia wood has the highest rates of all the tree type in this farm. I think it's about 3,000 logs per hour, correct me if I'm wrong. Whenever this is on, all of the acacia that comes in here gets dropped into a little automatic coal generator that I have here. We can then use all of this coal later on for the super smelter I'm planning to build, which is gonna be great. So now let's move on to the next farm. Step 3, sugarcane farm. I like using rockets. Woo, flying! I mean, who doesn't, right? And for that, we are gonna need paper. That's right, we're gonna make a super simple sugarcane farm. This is a really simple farm to build. I didn't watch a tutorial for this or anything. Let me know if you want me to make one. So this is just using observers and pistons. And once the sugarcane grow up and the observers detect it, the sugarcane are then pushed over by the pistons, broken and picked up by the minecart down below. This is definitely one of the most essential farms to get if you want to get out of early game Minecraft. Another simple farm crossed off the list. Let's move on to the next one. Step 4, bamboo farm. Now, since I won't be needing a ton of bamboo in this world, since I won't be using it for fuel, I am just gonna make a simple bamboo farm here. And this is just the same as the sugarcane design, just using observers and pistons. Now, this is just a small farm because I'll only be using this for scaffolding, because scaffolding can be really helpful when building. Step 5, crop nano farm. Alright, so I made a little area here where we're gonna build our next farm, which is gonna be a super simple nano farm for crops. So, I'm gonna show you guys how to build this thing. It's really easy. What we gotta do is we gotta get ourselves 3 dispensers here. So obviously we need our water and our 1 farmland here as well. We're gonna place them like this, pointing towards this farmland right here. Then we're gonna go ahead and place blocks around here like this, and we're gonna want an observer facing down, observing the dispenser down there. Then we're gonna add redstone all along the side like this, and we're gonna want piston right there, and then we can place a stair there and a lever. Now once we flick this lever off again. So in order to use this farm, you gotta fill up the dispensers here with bone meal. This farm does use a lot of bone meal, but it's really fast. So you can take your potatoes or your seed, flick the lever to start the farm, and then we hold right click. And as you can see, we're getting a lot of wheat from this. So the way this works is that all these 3 dispensers instantly bone meal your crop right there, and then this piston moves backwards, which blocks the light here, which means nothing can grow there, and then the wheat will pop off and you'll pick it up automatically. So this is once again a super simple AFK farm. You just gotta hold right click here. This is a wonderful little addition right here. Step 6, furnace array of doom. So, you want to smelt tons of items really fast? Well, a furnace array is the thing for you. So, my next step to get out of early game Minecraft is to build one. The design I'm going to be using here is one that I made on my own. I wanted to make a furnace array that uses a chest boat and a minecart to distribute coal, to make use of the new 1.19 technology. The ones I found on YouTube were too big for what I wanted, so I ended up designing my own, and luckily for me, it works wonderfully. This is going to be really helpful for when I need to smelt huge amounts of stuff, which I most definitely will. I'm planning on doing some very big building projects in this world, and it's gonna be awesome. Check this thing out. Alright, so here's the super smelter. It's really simple to use. You just put a bunch of coal in here, which is why I have the coal generator go in. A large amount of things we want to smelt here, because this is meant for smelting a large amount of things, not just little things here and there, because then you might as well use a regular furnace, because it won't be faster anyways. And you just gotta wait, and your stuff gets delivered here. As you can see, I just burned some wood to get some more charcoal, and I can pop that right in there. Alright, nice. Step 7, cow farm. Now, for the cow farm, I just went for my own design here, so I have a tutorial for this on my channel if you want to check it out. So this is just adaptation of sort of a cow crusher, except you can get some cows down here that also get burnt. You just stand here and hold down right click with wheat to breed up these cows. Then some of them get stuck in there and others get separated down here. And then, you know, they'll burn and you'll get your loot here or they'll get crushed in there. This is working great. It's good enough for my needs right now, but I think I'll be looking into making a more industrial one for my shop later on, which I think is gonna be cool. But now let's move on to the last farm here before we move on to getting our gear and our beacon. Oh, and by the way, as I'm working along here, I'm also curing up some villagers, where I'm gonna have villagers in every floor of this building. Just letting you guys know that I'm working on this as well. Step 8, stone generator. Now, a stone generator is great to have, especially if you have a beacon. So this one's exactly like the Shulkercraft design, just really easy to build. More building blocks, and have enough of them. Moving on to step number 9, getting a beacon. Now, I like breaking blocks, but it can be a bit slow at times. But there's nothing better than breaking them fast. A beacon it is. What we're gonna do now is go on a little adventure into the Nether and see if we can't get ourselves some wither skulls. So I headed into the Nether expecting danger ahead, and I went to the nearest fortress and started taking out as many wither skeletons as possible. I wasn't really getting too many spawns though, so I found a tunnel I ran back and forth through to get them to spawn back at the fortress. I then ran into Scuba and Silver, who were also out wither skeleton hunting.
I didn't even look down yet, and you were just there. Yeah. Hey, how are you guys?
I hate lasers.
We grouped up and we dug out a huge area in a fortress that was inside a soul sand valley to get as many wither skeletons to spawn as possible, because we weren't really getting them to spawn all that much. We died a horrible death.
Oh man.
And I had to go back with no gear, but I managed to secure most of our stuff. Stowed them away in shulker boxes, which I then put into my ender chest. I died, had some bad luck.
Looting -3.
But eventually I was able to get my 3 wither skeleton skulls for my beacon, and another 3 for later use. I then headed over to the end where I had a fair fight with the wither. Yes, totally fair. Before I took my nether star back home and crafted a beacon. Then I dug a hole in my base, and I replaced it with iron blocks. Put my beacon down and put on haste 3, another step out of early game Minecraft completed. Step 10 and the final step, gearing up. So, enough of using this trashy gear. We gotta get some good gear, and for that we're gonna have to go to the nether once again and gather some netherite. Now, I thought to myself earlier, how can I make netherite mining more fun? And then I went onto YouTube and found this really cool thing. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. The bed bore explosions. That's right, we have cubic meters bed bore here. Links down below. Now, netherite mining is normally quite tedious and boring, but not in this case. This is a simple one-way flying machine that moves 1 block at a time by right-clicking the note block. Right in front of the player. At the front there, we have some ancient debris to protect ourselves on the flying machine from the explosion. So we can just ride along, place down beds, boom, remove some lava once in a while, and most important of all, find a bunch of ancient debris. After doing this for a couple hours, I went back to my base with a stack and 5 of ancient debris. I then went ahead and put it into my super smelter to turn it into netherite scrap, and I crafted it up into netherite ingot. Bought a boatload of books, headed to the end where I killed as many endermen as possible for XP. Enchanted, and probably enchanted some. Got some mending books from a villager. I then upgraded all my gear with netherites and screamed of excitement. Hey! Got the best achievement in the game, put the gear on, and turned to the camera and smiled. That's how I got out of early game Minecraft as fast as possible. We've now got farms, we've got gear, we've got everything I need to get started building in this world. Now that's gonna be it for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like button. Please leave a like button. Please leave a like button in the comments down below. And if you want to see more of my content, click subscribe. Now, I've been Huskerman, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye!